Alright, hi everyone, welcome to the second ever episode of my podcast, Rugu's Corner. So, this time around, no cuts, no pauses at all, because that's the most efficient way during the recording process. So, I hope I won't make like a lot of mistakes. Oh, that's not the best intro already, but today we're going to talk about Kirby. So, yesterday was Kirby's 32nd birthday, so I have some Kirby stickers here. Two Kirby's right there, if you're watching the video version. But today I'm going to talk about my history of Kirby, then we're going to talk about Kirby and the Forgotten Land, a bunch of indie games, and to wrap it off, I'm just going to talk about about spring and like cool stuff. Okay, so first let's start with talking about Kirby's birthday. So let me just find the intro for the podcast. Unfortunately, I had to change the music for the intro, but I hope you will still enjoy the podcast. Let's get into it. Rugu's Corner. Well, I hope you like the intro. So, as I said before, today we're going to talk about Kirby and my history of Kirby, how I found out about him. That's actually, I don't know if that's pretty interesting for you, but I think it'll still be pretty cool to talk about it now, right? Okay, so here we go. So here's the first topic, I guess. So in the last podcast, I already talked about how I discovered Nintendo and Animal Crossing specifically, but in this one we're going to talk about the Kirby. I know I'm saying it like a lot of times. So in February of 2022, I recommend checking out the first episode before that. And in February 2022, when I already was interested in Nintendo, I was watching a video from a Polish Nintendo YouTuber, because I'm from Poland, if you didn't know already. There's not a lot of Nintendo YouTubers, I think, in Poland. Yeah, only like a few, but still. I was watching a video about the best Nintendo Switch games for starting your adventure with Nintendo, and best free games and in specific, and one of the games that was in that video was Super Kirby Clash. So it's like kind of a Smash game, but only for Kirby, and I really like that game. And I was like, I know that little blue guy, and I don't know, maybe I saw him before, probably. I'm not exactly sure, but I kind of knew him already. And then later that day, I remember it was a nice, lovely evening here. Yeah, later that day, I was watching a trailer for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and it said spring 2022, and was like looking forward to it. And then it was my first Switch game ever, and I beat it in like about a week or something like that, or 8-9 days. And then the next week I get Animal Crossing New Horizons, but my first game was Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Then I played that free Super Kirby Clash game, and now I have played Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. I have the poster in the back if you are watching the video version of the podcast. And also, just recently, yesterday, on a stream for Kirby's birthday, I finally played and I finally beat in one stream Kirby's Dream Land. So that's the first Kirby game ever for the Game Boy. And I played it on my Switch because, I mean, it's for the Game Boy, but if you have the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, of course you can play Game Boy games on the Switch. If you have the expansion pack, no, I think you only need the normal one, and the expansion pack is like the more expensive version of it, and that one costs. I mean, not cost. What am I saying? And that one includes Game Boy Advance, but this is for the normal Game Boy. And then I also played a little bit of Kirby Superstar, I think, Spring Breeze. So one of my subscribers on the chat said that recommended me playing it. So I think that was Blue Pikmin. So shout out to you, Blue Pikmin. Thanks for always watching my videos and my streams. And yeah, it was pretty fun. So I know, long story short, was this even a right phrase for it? Either way, I know I'm kind of zooming and zooming out here if you're watching the video version. Kind of looks cool, but okay, let's go back to the topic. So with that being said, now let's go to the next topic, but we're not leaving the Kirby topic yet. I mean Kirby in general, because it's kind of a Kirby's birthday podcast. So let's go to the next one. So next topic, cause why not? Next topic, cause why not? Next topic, cause why not? I don't have this sound in this one. I forgot to export it, so I have to do it myself. But as I said, the next topic will also be about Kirby, and it'll be about Kirby Target balls and in general Standies in video games, shops, stores, whatever. So I don't know if you saw this. I don't know, on Instagram, on I wanted to say Facebook maybe, or YouTube, who knows, or so then in person. But in 2021, in 2022, in March, and in general, I think in spring, Target had, because Target, if you don't know already, I think most people, most of my subscribers are from the United States, so they probably know. But if you don't know, it's like a store, so you can, yeah, it's a store where you can buy video games, TVs, I think also some food, so kind of a grocery store, kind of like store with some electronics and some devices, toys, all of that good stuff. So Target has some those round balls that kind of look like Target's logo in front of their stores. And to promote the release of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, they had Kirby covers from a fabric with Kirby, of course. Those Kirby balls, yeah, just a nice blue fabric wrapped around the ball, and I think that's pretty cool. So it would be cool if you could if they, I don't know, sold them or something like that. I mean, if someone asked, someone nicely asked, I'm sure they got those balls. You know what I mean? That the employee allowed them to take them after some time, so they just don't end up in trash or something like that. And I wanted to talk about Standees also, a cardboard piece with Mario or something like that, promoting Mario RPG. I saw one of these in a local electronics store a few days ago, almost 2 weeks ago, and I have a short on it on my channel if you'd like to see. And I think it's pretty cool, so if you see any of these, and maybe, I don't know, ask the employees if you can take them, or maybe after some time. Here's the thing, I have no idea what you should do, so let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your opinion is. Should you just ask, or wait, and then if you see them in trash outside of the store, get them? But if it's a store in the mall, there's not going to be a trash can for all of the things from these stores, right? So I know, should you ask? But then it's still on display, so would they give it to you? It's kind of a hard question, so I'm not sure about that. So let me know what you do. Me personally, I don't know. I didn't ask or anything, but it would be pretty cool if I could like take it. But again, I just wanted to ask what your opinion on this is. And now let's talk about again about Kirby and one of the best Nintendo Switch games in my opinion, and that is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Here we go. Hidden gems, they are so good. Yeah, what do you think about this transition? This intro for this segment of the podcast. I'm just going to drink some water, okay? Alright. And sorry for that. Sorry for that. But Kirby and the Forgotten Land is an absolutely amazing game. And I'd say it's an underrated game. That's why it's in, I think it's called Hidden Gems, like, right? The Hidden Gems segment, because not a lot of people talk about it, I feel like. I just said it about Detective Pikachu last time, and it's also a nice hidden gem. But Kirby in the Forgotten Land, like Kirby, a lot of people know who Kirby is. But of course, Mario Odyssey is more popular, but I still feel like it's kind of a little bit an underrated game. The music is just lovely. I just love this style of Kirby's music. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like spring breeze, like spring breeze is a mode, right? Or in some games you can choose the difficulty by spring breeze. There's like spring breeze and wild mode in this game. No spoilers or anything. I hope that wasn't a spoiler for you. If it was, then sorry. But the game is just super nice, and I definitely recommend you to play it if you have the chance to play it. And it's the first full 3D Kirby game, right? Because we had like Kirby's Blowout Blast. Yeah, Kirby's Blowout Blast for the 3DS. I have also played it, and I definitely also recommend it to you. I think it's a digital only game, so you won't be able to get it anymore. But if you have it, then definitely it's a great game to play. Yeah, I think it's only digital only. And now that the eShop is closed, unfortunately, you cannot play a lot of amazing games, unfortunately. But it's the first full 3D Kirby game, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and it does everything so well, from the worlds to the music to the atmosphere, everything. I just can't say positive things about it all the time. It was my first Switch game, definitely a great one. I already feel nostalgic about the music now, and about those vibes, the title screen, like the, can you call it a hub world, when you start the game, always when you have some side quests, I mean not side quests, like side activities, mini games. I won't say what it is. Maybe you can see it in the trailer, so don't look in the trailers if you want to like be completely surprised by the game. Discover it completely by yourself. But I definitely recommend you to check out Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I just love every aspect of it, and especially discovering new worlds and playing new levels. And there's always like a surprise in a Kirby game. Always like each turn is like a surprise. So that's pretty good. Otherwise, the ending is super unexpected in Kirby. I hope that won't be a big spoiler. But in every Kirby game, there's yeah, like a surprise. I wanted to say like more details, but I want maybe in like a different podcast, like spoiler only podcast for Kirby or something like that. So then people who'd like to watch the podcast and not get spoiled would have to play Kirby. So I don't know about that, but who knows. But one last time, if you have the opportunity to play Kirby and the Forgotten Land, then definitely do. And now let's get to our next hidden gems segment, but this one is for indie games, so it's indie gems. Here we go. Indie gems. You need to play them, if you can. So, last time I talked about Sneaky Sasquatch, and it's an Apple Arcade game. If you don't know what Apple Arcade is already, Apple Arcade is like a subscription service where you can play a bunch of games, like 200 games. Like kind of like Xbox Game Pass, I think PlayStation Plus. If I mix it up, sorry, but I think, yeah. I shared my opinion about Apple Arcade and Apple deleting games from it in the last podcast, so you can check it out after that if you'd like to, only if you'd like to, of course. But this time around, we'll also be talking about Apple Arcade games, but if you don't have an Apple device this time, you can also play them on PC and one of those games on consoles, because they were Apple Arcade exclusives. They were only at Apple Arcade at first, but then the developers released it on other platforms. So those two games are from a Triband, I think that's how you read the developer's name. So those two games are What the Games, What the Golf, and What the Car. I have to do a second take. I said no cats, but now I'm kind of prepared to talk about them properly. So, What the Golf is not a golf game. That is kind of like the slogan, the subtitle, whatever, for this game. Yeah, sure, it has golf in the title, and I've just written the description, but I say it with my own words. So, it's a comedy game with like puzzles, challenges. I'm still reading this. But normally you play golf with a ball, right? And then you swing the ball. But here you can also, instead of a ball, sometimes you have to use a car, a horse, even the player. Sometimes that hole for the ball is moving. There's different puzzles. You need to hold it for a specific amount of time and then charge. Avoid some things, like you can even play with a house instead of a ball, and everything is just super stupid but also super fun, and stupid in a positive way, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. Yeah. And then, sorry, like if I said that it's stupid, just not stupid but silly and strange in a positive way. And then also the second game is What the Car. And What the Car is not your typical racing game. Again, that's what it says here on the Steam page. So, yeah, it's not about the speed in this game, but you play with a nice smiley car with some eyes, nice colorful car that just needs to jump, walk around. That car has legs. Sometimes those legs are super big and have like big boots. Sometimes they are normal. Sometimes the car needs to fish. Sometimes the car needs to like run, avoid bears, run on a train. I seeing the screenshots now. I had no idea about that, but that's pretty cool. You can also make your own levels. And there's also a collaboration with Sneaky Sasquatch, a game that I talked about on the previous podcast. So it's just pretty fun. What the Golf is on Apple Arcade, but now also on the Switch. I think a bunch of other consoles, definitely on Steam also. And What the Car is on Apple Arcade, and soon on September 5th will be, I mean it's not that soon, but either way, it will be on Steam. So definitely recommend you to check out those games. And now to wrap out this podcast, let's quickly talk about spring. Next topic is why not? Yeah, why not talk about spring? Spring is beautiful, spring is amazing. I'm just super happy that the trees, the leaves are back on the trees. It's just super nice to see that. And I also ate my first ice cream of the year today. Here on the balcony, listening to nice music with my mom and with my doggy. That was just nice. A nice chocolate ice cream. Let me know how you plan to spend this spring, this summer, this year. Let me know what exciting things you do now, you are doing now, are living through now, you plan to do, the things you did. Let me know. And again, thank you so much for watching the second ever episode of the Rugu's Corner podcast. I hope you have enjoyed it. Have an amazing day, and I will see you again in the next one. In 2 weeks. Bye! Thanks for watching another episode of Rugu's Corner. Yeah, I thought it was the end. Well, not entirely. Thanks for watching this one, yeah. Thanks so much for staying up until the end.